Welcome back to our Data Science for Beginners series. Today we're diving into Chapter 7, Unsupervised Learning Algorithms. Unsupervised learning is a fascinating area of machine learning where we use data without predefined labels. Today, we'll cover two key areas, clustering techniques and dimensionality reduction. Let's get started. In this video, we'll explore two clustering techniques, k-means and hierarchical clustering, as well as a powerful dimensionality reduction technique called principal component analysis, PCA. Let's begin with clustering techniques. Clustering techniques, k-means, hierarchical. Clustering is a method of grouping data points into clusters based on their similarities. It's widely used for customer segmentation, market research, and image compression. K-means clustering. First, let's talk about k-means clustering. It's one of the simplest and most popular clustering algorithms. K-means partitions the data into k clusters, where each data point belongs to the cluster with the nearest mean. The algorithm iterates to minimize the variance within each cluster. K-means is easy to implement and efficient for large data sets, but it's important to choose the right number of clusters. Next, let's move on to hierarchical clustering. Hierarchical clustering. Hierarchical clustering builds a hierarchy of clusters, which can be visualized as a tree-like diagram called a dendrogram. Hierarchical clustering can be agglomerative, bottom-up, or divisive, top-down. Agglomerative clustering starts with each data point as a single cluster and merges them based on distance metrics until all points belong to one cluster. Hierarchical clustering provides a detailed view of the data structure but can be computationally intensive for large data sets. Now, let's move on to dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction, PCA. Dimensionality reduction techniques reduce the number of features in your dataset while retaining the most important information. This is crucial for visualization and improving model performance. Principal component analysis, PCA, is one of the most popular dimensionality reduction techniques. It transforms the data into a new coordinate system, where the greatest variance by any projection of the data lies on the first axis, called the first principal component, the second greatest variance on the second axis, and so on. PCA projects the data onto a lower dimensional space by identifying the principal components that capture the most variance in the data. Example: PCA helps in reducing the dimensionality of the data, making it easier to visualize and process, especially when dealing with high-dimensional datasets. To recap, we've covered k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering, and principal component analysis. These unsupervised learning techniques are powerful tools for discovering patterns in data without predefined labels. In the next video, we'll dive into advanced clustering methods and applications.